Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be doing something fantastic. We are going to be recreating this button you are seeing here, this moving button with glitters. We are going to be creating it. Basically what this button does is that as the line is moving, when you hover around it, the color changes. You can move your and as you move around it, there are glitters around. If you remove your cursor, go back, the color changes to something else. Okay, this is how it keeps changing color, and there are glitters all around it. Okay, so yeah, this is what we are going to be creating today. We might not be able to do everything completely because of the volume, so we're going to be breaking it into pieces, into bits. Okay, so that is it. Now let's get started. First of all, we're going to bring a rectangle. We're going to be placing a rectangle into this place. Just change the size, 40, give it a height of 40 and a width of 140. Okay. Now we are using a rectangle instead of a frame. Take note, it's a rectangle we are using because at some point in the creation of this button we are going to be masking, and you don't mask with a frame. It has to be a rectangle or a circle. Okay, so you don't mask with a frame, it's not going to give you what you want, so take note of that. Use the rectangle instead. Now we are going to be giving it a cordon radius of 1000, and we are going to be removing this fill. What we want is a stroke, so add a stroke of 2 and then change the color to white. Now I want you to take note of this. I remember I told you in my first video, the previous video I made, that prototyping is simply connecting connecting screens between one state to the other. If you notice in this button, we have a line moving up from right, down, left, up, then it continues in that loop. Okay, so there is a loop. So what is basically telling us is that we are going to have different states of this rectangle, where there is this stroke is only at the right, only down, so the stroke will just be right. It will not occupy the whole of this rectangle, it will just be at the right. In the next state it will only be down. In the third state is going to be left, and finally there will be a state where the stroke is only above. So now we are going to be creating that, and we are starting with the rectangle by making the stroke of this rectangle to be only at the right. Okay, now the way we are going to achieve this, changing this stroke from covering the entire rectangle to covering only the right part of it, is by using a particular tool I'm going to be teaching us now, which is the angular tool. So angular fill instead of complete fill, we are going to be using angular fill. Okay, so now watch how we are going to achieve this using the angular fill. Okay, so remember, the first state is the right. We are creating our right stroke as the first state. As what I mean is that we are going to be making this fill to be, or this stroke to just occupy the right. Okay, so now we are moving this particular fill to the right, because remember what I told you, we are creating a rectangle, different states, and the first state is going to be stroke only at the right. So that is what we are trying to achieve. So now I have moved this fill today, I've moved it to the right. Then I'm going to come here. First of all, I'm going to delete. Let me Ctrl Z so that I will not be confused. I told you I moved this to the right. Then I'm going to be deleting this one. Because if you notice, there are two fields. So I'm going to delete this one. Now it seems as if it covered the whole thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a fill here. The purpose of this two fill I'm adding is to dim everything from here around here. So I'm going to select the first one and make it an opacity of 0. The reason why I'm doing that is to dim. I'm going to select this second one too. I just want you to watch what I'm going to show you. 0. So now I've dimmed every light that is coming from here, like from around here. So I'm having only this right part to be having my stroke. So that is, remember, that is what I told you. That is what we are going to be doing. That is basically what we are going to be doing in this first video. We are going to create the first state where the stroke is only at the right, create the second state where the stroke is only down, create the third state where the stroke is at the left, create the final state where the stroke is above. When we are done creating those states, then we're going to connect them together and prototype it so that we'll be having that loop of lines going through our button. So now that we have achieved this one, we have made this color at the right. We are going to do it twice. Okay, we have to do this twice. So just take the process, add another stroke, angular. Okay, I'm going to make it white again. Probably, so if we change this from 20 to, okay, angular, move this, move it to the right. Oh, please, when you are moving this, I want you to take note of something. Okay, I want you to take note of something. When you are moving, let me start from, because I mistakenly deleted the second one I was creating. When you are moving this fill, like I told you guys to move, when you are moving it, please, okay, this is a mess up. Going back to my angular. So now take note, when you are moving, make sure that your cursor is on the circle, not on the fill, because if you move on the circle, you might not achieve what you want. So I'm going to be moving it to the right again. Remember, this is what I did in the first state when I was doing it initially. So I'm going to be moving it. Remember, put your cursor on the circle. I'm going to be moving it. So I'm going to bring the two fills again, two fill, make them 0. Okay, give them opacity of 0. Give them opacity of 0. So it's only the one at the right that is permitted to have a color at all. Okay, so now we have achieved our right state again. So now what we are going to do is, if you notice from this video, as the line is moving, it seems as if there is a shine around it. Okay, it's kind of like a shine following the line. So what we are going to do, what we are going to do to create that shine is that we are going to be giving this a blur effect. So it's that blur effect that is going to actually be giving you that shine. So layer blur, make it 6. So this is the shine that was following that line. That is what we are creating, exactly what we are creating. So we are going to duplicate this, bring it down here, and we're going to be even remove one of the angular stroke we created here, and then we are going to be making this one too. We are going to be increasing the shine of this one. Okay, but we are going to change the state from inside, the stroke from inside to center. When we've done this, we'll put this together. Just move this above. Make sure rectangle 1 is even in your layer. Make sure the rectangle 1 is above. Then we are going to change the naming. That's the first one. Sorry, let me show you what I want to. If you notice, two of them have different levels of shine. So the first one, we'll just call it shine. Okay, while the second one that has like pronounced shine, I'm going to change it to shine max. Okay, now as we've done that, we'll now put them together, put the two of them together. It's perfect. It's perfectly, make sure they are like perfectly aligned. Then you bring your ruler, place them, place your ruler here to make sure like you get the begin and end of the rectangle, because you know that the shine exceeded the rectangle, so you need to place your ruler to know where from where to where the rectangle ends. Okay, so now the next thing we are doing is to add our glitters. Okay, how are we going to add our glitters? By simply carrying our ellipse, creating an ellipse here, change the size. You know the glitters are very little, so we are going to just be making it 1. Okay, we're just going to be making it 1, so move it around here, just place it randomly around this shine. Okay, make sure it's around the shine. You can still keep it like outside of the shine, but let it not be too far out of the shine. So we're duplicating this, we're duplicating, we have much of them around here. Okay, I have to Ctrl D. Okay, just make sure it's not too far. Ctrl D, Ctrl D. So to make this stuff faster, just maybe just highlight some of the circle, so you have a lot of it. So just highlight, instead of like making your distance to be just 1, Ctrl D, just highlight it as much as you want. We'll be having this circle around almost everywhere, so you can highlight 3 or 4 of it. Okay, and duplicate at once, then spread it around. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that instead of making it just one, just hold your shift key, select more than 1, then duplicate. Okay, ooh, we're almost done. So yes, we have our glitters around perfectly. So now we are supposed to have this same glitter at the left side. So what we are basically going to do is to fasten the process, to just find your first ellipse, select the first ellipse, and then go to the last, select, hold your shift key, select the last of them. So by doing that, you've highlighted everything. So when you highlight everything, okay, I feel like grouping this stuff. I didn't group it when I was creating mine, but maybe I'll try and group it now. Well, let's just leave the grouping for now, because then I'm going to Ctrl D everything. That's, I'm going to duplicate everything, move it, rotate it, because I want it to take the size of the left. So now it's looking as if it's at the left, and I'm going to move it to I'm going to be moving it to the left side. Okay, remember the reason why we use this ruler is to know when we stopped, where the rectangle stops and where it starts. Okay, so now that we found out we've made the left one as well, we're now going to be selecting everything. Okay, we are going to be selecting everything. Now when you select everything, when you are done selecting everything, make sure nothing is missing out. Every of the ellipse and the whole thing is, nothing is missing out. When you've done that, make sure that your shine and your shine marks is at the end of the layer, because that is the only way your mask will work. Okay, when you are masking, the rectangle should be down. So I'm going to now click on mask. So now I've masked this. So yeah, we now have our right state, our right shine, We have our right state with the glitters, but we don't have our line yet. We just have the blur, the shining effect. We don't have our line yet. So how are we going to achieve this line? We are going to shift A. Okay, notice that when we did shift A, the shine moved down. Okay, the shine moved down. So what we are going to do, we are going to give this particular shine an absolute state, and when we do that, we'll now move it back by like align it back to the top. Okay, I just click on this y-axis, make the y-axis 0 so that it will return to the original state. So now that we've done this, we have our auto layout. Our mask group is in an auto layout now, so it is through this auto layout we are now going to get our line. Okay, so we'll make it we'll give it make it a curve. Our auto layout a curve, give it a curve of 1000. Then we'll now add our stroke. Okay, change the stroke color to white. So you see that from this we've seen that our stroke, we're going to actually make it okay, 2 is okay. Our stroke is not giving us what we want here. You see, it is covering everything. So how do we make it to be only at the right? Remember how we make it to be only at the right? By using our angular tool. So now we come back to changing this particular stroke to angular. Okay, just once you are able to learn these tricks, move it to, remember you are just going to highlight the circle, move it to the right, change this, bring it closer to the circle, delete this, add your fill here, then change them to opacity of 0 here, and then make this one 0 as well. So yeah, now we have what we are looking for. We have both our shine, our line, and our glitters. Okay, so first of all we created our shine, then we created our glitters, and then we have finally we have our line. So the first state we have created it, we have successfully created our first state, which is the right state. Now we are going to the next steps are easier. We already have something to build on. So the next state you are going to create is the down state. So Control D, move this down. So now how are we going to create this down state? We are not starting from the scratch. Okay, we are not starting from the scratch. What we are simply doing is that everywhere we had our angular, okay, everywhere that we made our angular fill for the new state, we are going to drag the way we drag to the right. Okay, remember when we were doing our angular, we drag this particular fill to the right. Okay, now whatever state we are creating, that is, we will drag this fill back to that state. So now we want to be making this we are creating the down state, so we are going to be dragging this fill down. Okay, drag it down, expand it. This is just one. Remember we did up to like about 4 of this angular fill. So we are going to go back to each of the instances where we made our fill angular and bring it down, bring this fill down, bring it down and adjust it. So now this is just one of it. The next place where we did an angular fill was in our shine. Remember we did it for shine marks. So we are going to go back to our shine, go to the first angular, move it down again. Okay, so you see that the shine is coming down. Move it down, adjust. The second angular, again we are going to go to the second angular, move it down. So almost all of our shine I've done for the shine marks. So all the angular for the shine and the shine marks is down. So all our shine is down now. Okay, I hope you are getting the gist. We are just reversing what we did. Now the final thing we are going to be doing, the final angular we have here is, remember that our auto layout stroke, when we did our auto layout stroke of angular, we made it right. So we are bringing it back, we are reversing it back. Yes, so now you see we have our state down. So perfect. This is what we want for down. So we have created the down state. Next is the left. Okay, next is the left. We'll do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing to our shine. Change it to the left. Change it to the left. Reduce this. Make sure your circle is always like close. Your angular is close. Go to shine. Okay, go to shine. The angular again. Move it to the left. Move it to the left. You drag it till, okay, so you see what we are looking at. Then finally, okay, finally proceed. Oh yeah, move it to the left again. Okay, so you see now that our shine is already in the left. All of our shine is perfectly in the left. Then finally, what we are now going to be doing is the mask to the auto layout. We are going to be taking our angular back, like our stroke angular to left. So you drag this to the left. Okay, so yeah, we have what we want. We have it here. So now we've created the left state. The final state we should be creating now is the up. Okay, the state where it goes up, Control D. Now we are going to be creating our up state. Know what to do. You locate all your angular fields and drag them up. So the next angular field, the first one is the stroke. Okay, I'm going with the stroke first for this one. So I'll move the stroke up. Adjust. It's too fast. Just make it a little bit like this. Then the next instance where we had our angular is the shine marks. Going to move that one too. Move the shine marks too. Okay, move it up. Okay, then finally our shine. Remember our shine has two angular, so we are going to be moving it. Oh, if I will go and misplace my layers, yeah, so finally is our shine. We are going to be changing the angular. Okay, finally this. So yes, we've been able to like make everything perfectly in, like, we've created the whole state we need. Okay, we have our left, our right, our down, and our up state. You can change the name in your own convenient time. Just make sure you change the naming. Okay, if it's right, you change the name to right. If it's left, you change the name to left. Okay, so that you will not confuse your layer. So now we are done. We are going to remove this ruler. I'm going to be removing the ruler. Then we select everything and make it a component set. Create component set. So what we are moving straight to right now is to prototyping. So we are almost done. We are just going to prototype our screen. We are going to be prototyping. So what we are going to be giving it is an after delay. Yes, after delay of 1 millisecond, 800. Smart animate after delay 1 millisecond, smart animate 800. Same thing we'll do for this one. From the down to the left, after delay 1 millisecond, 800. Finally, one millisecond. And then is a loop, so we are going to we are going to move from the last one, we are going to connect back to the first one. So yes, let's play our prototype. And okay, we are going to first of all place it somewhere, place it in a frame. Okay, place it in a frame. Change the color of this frame to black. Then we are going to have one of these, control, hold alt key, then drag it. When you've done that, align it to the center, align everything perfectly. Then we'll play our prototype and see if it works. Hopefully it works. Okay, so yes, here we go. Oops, we have our circle moving perfectly, our line, our shine, and our glitter moving perfectly. So in the next video, we are going to be changing the colors. We're going to be changing the color of our button, and be creating the tests within the button, just like we saw in the initial prototype. That is, we are going to be creating it to completely look like this. Okay, so yes, till next time, thank you for watching this video. And if you have any confusion, let me know in the comment section and I'll put you through it. Thank you. Bye.